Okay, so I'm in chapter 3, I think, now. Still talking about Cain and Abel. And I came across this part. He is quoting from the book, The Brothers Karamazov, I think is how you pronounce it. Sorry, it's Russian. He's talking about, how people lie to themselves. And I don't think this was the point he was trying to make, but it made me think a lot about people who are constantly worried about political correctness and wokeness. So yeah, keep those kinds of people in mind while I read this part to you. It says, "The man who lies to himself can be more easily offended than anyone. You know it is sometimes very pleasant to take offense, isn't it? A man may know that nobody has insulted him, but that he has invented the insult for himself, has lied and exaggerated it to make it picturesque, has caught at a word and made a mountain out of a molehill. He knows that himself, yet he will be the first to take offense, and will revel in his resentment till he feels great pleasure in it, and so pass to genuine vindictiveness." Yeah, I guess, if you're someone who can lie to yourself, especially about who you are, why couldn't you make up anything really but these offenses that you supposedly have to turn yourself into some moral person that can look down on others, even though you're a liar. Okay, I made it to chapter 4, and this one's on the story of Noah. Now, he gets to a point here where he's talking about, how the people in that story had gotten so bad that God was going to cleanse the earth, right? All these bad people. Anyway, he brings up Nietzsche's famous line, "God is dead." And he actually gives us the full context here. I've heard a lot of people quote that, but they seem to always talk about it like some sort of victory statement, yeah, God is dead, see, we're fine. But this gives the full context of it. And it says, "God is dead, God remains dead, and we have killed him. How shall we comfort ourselves, the murderers of all murderers? What was holiest and mightiest of all that the world has yet owned has bled to death under our knives. Who will wipe this blood off us? What water is there for us to clean ourselves? What festivals of atonement? What sacred games shall we have to invent? Is not the greatest of this deed too great for us?" So what he's really saying is that if we leave God behind, or our cultural traditions, we'll only be left with negativism, nihilism, resentment. That's the trade. And that sounds like a terrible place to be. I don't want to live there. Yeah. So anyway, I just thought it was interesting how people have taken that statement and used it to mean the complete opposite.